Why are there pyramids in Egypt? The culture itself talked about the chaos of life and stability being found in a pyramidical structure. And so pyramids were created by the super wealthy. And who were the super wealthy? The pharaohs, the only ones who had the ability to command the forces to build them, and then had the wealth to be able to create these large tombs, because the most chaotic part of living is dying. We can exist here, but what do we do when we're forced to move into that ocean, the parameters of which we don't understand? And all of the myths of Egypt said, out of the roiling waters came a shaft, and the stability of that shaft supported something solid, and that was a pyramid. And suddenly, all of Egypt wanted that to be the case. Beside the pyramids, what were the Egyptians known about? The ancient Egyptians making obelisks. What other civilization makes obelisks, and why do you want to make obelisks? You can go to Easter Island and look at the big faces. That's another thing. But in Egypt, it was the obelisk. What's an obelisk? They're always one piece, not like the one in Washington, D.C. They're always one piece of stone, and they're a shaft of stone carved out of a solid rock that is four-sided and tapers, but it doesn't go to a point. It goes to a pyramid. Why? And how does the obelisk always work? You do this sideways, chopping it out of the rest of the stone, but when it is completed, you set it up this way. Why obelisks? It's part of our culture. It's part of our story. Out of the chaos rises the place that is stable, that has stability, that we can live on. But the rest of the story, surrounds that. That's kind of why in these United States, in Washington, D.C., after we had created ourselves out of nothing and then had managed to form the best society that ever existed on planet Earth, and the father who mothered us and gave us birth, when we honored him as the father of our country, what did we do? We created a 500. Because out of the roiling waters of these terrible times in competition with natives and Indians and French and the British overlords, we managed to find a place of stability and freedom, and we created a story that makes sense. That's why these myths exist.